Welcome back to One On One Sports, where I'm joined once again by our NHL experts, Cam Selsky and Jared Kimball. Talk a little playoff hockey. This block's going a little bit differently today, guys, and you know how it's going to go. We're going to draft teams based on the teams left in the playoffs. Eight teams. You each get 4 teams to draft. Who you think is going to move on in the first round? So starting with Cam, who's the first team you're drafting?
With the first overall pick, I got to go with the Anaheim, formerly Mighty Ducks. This team is just so good. They're loaded up front. Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaf. You know, when they're goaltending on, and their goaltender's been fantastic this year, they're a lock to win the series against the Stars. They're just too experienced, too much firepower. I don't think the Stars have a chance in this one.
I agree they're a lock. I just don't think they're physical enough for the rest of the playoffs, but that's just me.
Who are you picking number 1?
I have to go with the St. Louis Blues. They're looking like the best team right now, and they're beating one of the other best teams in the league right now in the Chicago Blackhawks. It takes a lot to beat the former champions. They're getting 39 shots per game in the playoffs, which leads all teams, which is huge. One shot can make the difference in a game. They're third in the season in goals per game, and they were top 5 in penalty kill and power play, which is huge for the playoffs.
My big concern there is that David Backes is banged up. Their captain, the leader of that team. We'll have to see how that turns out for him.
And number 2 pick for you?
Number 2 pick for me. I'm very happy to see that the Boston Bruins are still on the draft board. This is the President Trophy winning team from this past year. They won the Cup in 2011. We're back again last year. They're just going to be too much for the Detroit Red Wings. As much as it pains me, they're going to be too much for the Detroit Red Wings. So come.
I just think that young defensive core on defense, I don't think they can handle the offensive skill of Detroit. I'm going to have to go with the San Jose Sharks. They've looked like the best team this playoffs. They're 100% so far on the penalty kill, which is absolutely fantastic. They faced 7 power plays, and they faced adversity early. They were down by 2 in one game, came back and won 7-2. They're top 3 in block shots. First in takeaways. They're just a really physical team, and I think they can get it done.
You know, with the Sharks, I'm just looking at the past couple of years. You know, they haven't had that playoff success that some of these other teams have.
I think it's the year.
Might be. I went with my 3rd pick. I went with the Montreal Canadiens.
Okay.
These guys know who they're playing for. They're playing for the Montreal Canadiens. 24 Stanley Cups. That's by far the most all time. They made the Ben Bishop list. Tampa Bay Lightning look very, very bad in the first round, and there's no question they're going to close it out tonight.
I think it's going to be Pittsburgh Penguins. They have a crazy good offense. We saw that last night, scored 3 goals in 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Absolutely insane. When their offense is hitting, it's really, really good. And they had a top 5 penalty kill this season, which is absolutely fantastic. Helps you a lot in the playoffs. I think they have enough offensive firepower to get it done. A little worried about Marc-Andre Fleury. He can disappear at times, but I think they have enough talent.
Well, I mean, you said it right there. Marc-Andre Fleury is going to be the big question for this team. He's not been very good in the past playoffs. With my 4th and final pick, I went with the New York Rangers, and that's not so much an attribution to New York. It's just that the Flyers, they're not a contender this year, and New York is just going to take their star power, and they're going to ride Henrik Lundqvist, and they're going to win this series.
Well, you took Boston with your number 2 pick. I'm going to have to go with Detroit with my number 4 pick. I really think they're going to get this done. They have a ton of playoff experience, the most playoff experience out of all of the teams in the playoffs this year, and I love their mix of talent on their offensive core, from Zetterberg and Datsuk all the way down to Jerko and Tatar. I love what they're doing right now. They got the lead. They got a 1-1 tie in Boston, which really helps, and now they have 2 games at home. I think they can get it done.
In my opinion, the winner of that Bruins-Red Wings series is going to come out of the Eastern Conference. Let's compete for the Stanley Cup, but this round 1 has been incredible.
It's been unbelievable, and it'll be exciting. We're going to have you guys both back after the first round is complete to see which one of you has more teams moving on. We have to skate on out of here, but up next, Ryan heads over to the lounge with our NBA experts to talk about that other set of playoffs going on right now. Stick around.